Cooking. The fine art of turning raw ingredients into culinary masterpieces, or as my friend Bob likes to say, the fine art of turning a perfectly good steak into a shoe sole. You know, once Bob tried to make pasta, he said, "How hard can it be? It's just boiling water." Well, the fire department disagreed. Now picture this scenario. There's a big family gathering. The turkey's in the oven, the potatoes are boiling, and the green beans are simmering. Suddenly a wild sneeze attacks. The pepper shaker goes flying, and it's snowing black flakes all over the mashed potatoes. Achoo, and voila, peppered potatoes. A culinary innovation or disaster? You decide. Then there's the infamous "I forgot the pot was hot" scenario. Fresh off the stove, and our brave chef decides it's time to move the pot. No mitts, no towel, just hand meets metal. The sizzle wasn't coming from the food, let's just leave it at that. And who could forget the classic "I thought salt was sugar" mix-up? A sweet old grandmother, attempting to make her famous apple pie, reaches for the sugar. Alas, her glasses are not on, and she grabs the salt instead. A generous sprinkling later, and that apple pie has a whole new flavor profile. Salty Granny Smiths, anyone? Then there's the time when a young bachelor decided to impress his date with a homemade meal. He's got his apron on, the recipe book open, and a determined look on his face. He chops, he stirs, he seasons. Everything seems to be going well. The aroma fills the apartment. His date arrives, and they sit down to eat. One bite in, and their faces turn green. He'd confused tablespoons with teaspoons. Let's just say the garlic bread was the star of the night. And then we have the tale of the exploding blender. A health enthusiast ready to start her day with a fresh green smoothie. She loads up the blender, spinach, banana, almond milk. She hits the on button, and then, boom, it's a green explosion. The ceiling, the walls, her face, all covered in smoothie. It's a nutritious start to the day, but not exactly the kind she was hoping for. So friends, what have we learned today? Well, cooking is not always a walk in the park. It's a jungle out there with sneezing attacks, hot pots, salty pies, garlic overloads, and blender blow-ups. The kitchen is a battlefield. But it's also the birthplace of laughter, memories, and yes, even peppered potatoes. So next time you find yourself in a culinary catastrophe, remember these stories, laugh, learn, and maybe, just maybe, keep the fire department on speed dial. After all, as my friend Bob would say, cooking is the art of creating edible disasters and eating them anyway.